True abundance comes with gratitude for all that is. True abundance comes from the heart. It comes from within. And true abundance is not put on any conditions whatsoever of the external. True abundance is realizing that you are all that is, and all that is more than enough. All that is plenty. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for this activation session. Today I will be talking about abundance and prosperity and how we can align with those energies of abundance and prosperity. Now, I have made in the previous weeks a video about conscious manifestation, conscious creation, which connects directly to the energies of abundance and prosperity. So feel free to go ahead and look at that if you haven't watched that yet. It's about conscious manifestation, conscious creation. Free will, so to speak. And then I already made a video about gratitude. So you can go ahead and look at that one, because gratitude is one of the key points in order to create, manifest abundance and prosperity in life. So if you haven't watched the video about gratitude, feel free to go ahead and watch that. It already has some information about abundance and prosperity in there, because it is all interconnected. All my videos are basically interconnected, and even the ones I made a few months ago, it all connects, it weaves into each other. So it's helpful and beneficial to watch some of the previous ones, because they may have information that may not be in this video. So first off, I would like to say that when I speak about abundance and prosperity, I am not talking about money. Money is part of abundance as a whole, but it seems that when generally speaking abundance is mentioned, then bodies, minds, people think automatically about money. But that is just some part of the abundance. And we have abundance everywhere in life. And it's often not recognized and realized. And that's why many bodies, minds, have difficulty manifesting abundance in life, because they have difficulty seeing and recognizing abundance in life. And I hope that makes sense, because if you don't see it and you don't realize and recognize it's there, then it's much more difficult to create it, to manifest it. Yes, because you're not consciously aware of it. Which again brings me back to the frequency of money that is usually associated with abundance. But abundance is so much more than just money. And in order to create, manifest abundance in your physical, what appears to be our physical reality, we have to recognize, we have to be able to recognize and realize the abundance that there is. Now, we are, as true essence, our spirit, soul, creator, conscious awareness, energy consciousness, whatever you would like to label it, we are by nature inherently abundant. Because, and I spoke about this before, because we are, our true essence is all that is. And you can label that as God, creator, source, the universe, the higher self, your soul, whatever you would like to label it. But we are, in essence, abundant by nature. if you want to call it that. Yes, our true essence, our true self, higher consciousness, whatever, it's all labels, is inherently abundant. And once we recognize and realize that, once we truly comprehend with the heart, not with the mind, because the mind is finite, and the mind can get concepts, but the mind cannot comprehend infinity, and we in essence are infinite. Yes, this is just a it's just a vehicle to travel through this apparently physical reality, but this is not what we truly are. Yes, the physical body is not what we truly are. It's a part of this reality that we're creating in order to have physical experiences, but it is not what we are. We are so much more than just the physical body. And once we recognize and realize that we are in essence all that is, for lack of better words, we are all that is, and all that is us. Yes, that is plenty. That is all that is. That is so much the mind cannot comprehend that. The mind cannot grasp that. That's why the mind keeps us in lack mentality. Yeah? In not being able to see all the abundance that there is, because the mind cannot comprehend what we truly are. Yes? Because the mind is part of this physical body and is finite. The mind will eventually pass away with this body. The mind is the brain. Yes? Our thoughts. That's all part of this physical body. Yes? It's like when you have a car and you have, let's say, a radio in the car. Yes? And the car dies, the battery dies, the radio won't work without the battery. And that's what our brain, our mind is, our thoughts. Without this body, the thoughts, the mind, that's gone. So are the emotions in that sense, because it is all part of this physical body in this physical, apparently physical reality. Yes? And because the mind cannot comprehend true infinity, it can grasp concepts of it, yes, the idea of it, but it cannot grasp the true essence. So the mind is constantly in lack mentality unless we train it to be differently. Yes, because the mind, the brain, the mind is like a computer, and whatever we feed it, that will develop its programs. So if we keep feeding it lack and not enough, and there is need for something that's not there because we do not comprehend that we are already all that is, then the mind will constantly be in lack mentality. Yes, and constantly needing more, because the mind doesn't recognize and realize we are all that is. That comes through the heart, because our heart is our connection to our true self, to the true self. There's only one true self. There's only one energy consciousness, one conscious awareness that is operating and living through every single physical body, whether that be human, plant, animal, whatever is out there. Yes? All this is our creation, but it is still just one consciousness that is creating all of this. Yes? And the mind cannot fully grasp that, cannot fully comprehend infinity. So the mind is, unless we train it, constantly putting out this lack energy, not enough. Yeah, we don't have enough. We are not enough. We need more. Yes? And that in itself will reflect back to us as not enough. So we will constantly experiencing, because whatever we're putting out there will be reflected back to us. Yes, and if we are creating the energy of not enough, the energies of lack, then that will manifest into our apparently physical reality and will reflect back to us. So we will be constantly feeling like we're in lack, like there's not enough. So there are, by my own experience, several key points, if you want to call it that, that can help us to find abundance and prosperity in this apparent life, physical life. One of the points is gratitude, because we are creating what we're putting out there. So if we're putting out gratitude for all that is, we will be getting more of all that is, which is abundant. Okay? And feel free to go back and look at my video about gratitude. And another key point is the conscious manifestation, the ability of conscious creation, conscious manifestation. Because, like I said in my previous video, we are constantly creating. The question is, are we aware of what we are creating? Or are we creating with the unconscious mind, running off of old beliefs, old stories, old programming that the physical body, the mind holds, and we're creating off of that? Now, that doesn't mean it's necessarily unwanted creation, but it is not conscious creation. So the result of what we are creating is not necessarily what we are intending to create. I hope that makes sense. So I made a video about conscious manifestation, conscious creation. Feel free to look back at that. It all ties together. And theoretically, I could have put all of that information in one long video, but it would have been a very long video. So it was easier to put it in separate videos and have it segmented so that the information is, for lack of better words, easier to digest. Yes. If we have conscious manifestation, conscious creation, that is considered free will, because we basically have a direct influence on our so-called external reality and our life, because we are consciously choosing our manifestation, our creation. Yes? Whereas when we create with unconscious mind, then that's not free will. Then that's just, again, stories and beliefs and memories that the minds hold, and that is then choosing in that sense the creation for us, basically like a computer program running in the background that is then choosing for you. Yes? So it takes awareness, and it takes the inner knowing, that inner connection, yes, in order to be able to manifest consciously. And then we are able to, if we so wish, if we so choose, manifest abundance. Yes? So I would like to talk about what is usually considered abundance by body minds, and what is true abundance. In general, this external world that we created and that we live in considers money abundant. Yes? But that is just a small part of the abundance that we can see or feel in this all that is. True abundance is really recognizing and realizing that we are all that is, that we are whole and complete, and that there is really nothing on the external, what we perceive as the external world, that could make us more complete. Yes? True abundance is the acceptance of all that is, unconditional love of all that is, and gratitude for all that is. And once you are in that gratitude, you will be able to see all the abundance that is within and without, because we are the inside and the outside. We are the internal and the external. Yes? So we are truly abundant, but often don't recognize it, often don't see it, because the mind connects abundance to money. To money or wealth in that greater sense, not necessarily just cash, but the wealth that would show as in, let's say, properties or, that kind of, that's what the mind connects with abundance. Yes? But again, true abundance is recognizing and realizing that you are all that is. And all that is plenty, is more than enough for every single physical body. There is no more than that. Yes? There is only all that is, and all that is that. And so there is no more than a whole. You cannot have more than be whole. Yes? I know people talk about 200% and 300%, but theoretically there is just 100%. That's that, and that makes a whole, and you cannot add anything onto this. This is full. Yes? And that's what we are. We are whole. We are full. But again, in many, many cases, the mind doesn't realize that, and then creates this, what we would call or consider lack mentality, where we feel we don't have enough, where we feel we need more than what there is, more than what we have, because we don't recognize it, because we only look with our limited physical senses, and then it gets interpreted by the brain, and then that can create lack mentality. Now, I'm not saying every body, every physical body, every being out there is in lack mentality. And you would be truly surprised how many people have what some would consider next to nothing, but they are so abundant and so grateful and in unconditional love, because they realize they are all that is. Yes? And then there are some people who have what I would consider more than enough, and they still don't feel abundant. They still feel like they need more, and here comes the greed. Yes? So it's not that abundant really is something for something different for every physical body. It's just every physical body, or what we perceive as physical bodies in our perceived outside reality, considers abundance differently. Yes? But if we could truly see that we are whole and complete, that we are all that is, yes, that automatically makes us completely abundant. Now, you may not see this in your physical reality, but once you can align with that frequency of completely being abundant, naturally being abundant, once you can recognize abundant in your life, within and without, yes, and it does not have to be about money, yes. Like, I can look into my backyard and see the abundance of plants I have in there. Yes? And the abundance of birds I have in there. And the abundance of bugs I have in there. Now, some people may say, oh, but if you have a lot of bugs, you cannot buy anything with that. Or if you have birds in your backyard, you cannot. Again, it's this lack mentality that abundance is tied to money, and it is not. And this is why I say, once you can align with the frequency of abundance, then you will create more abundance coming into your life. It's not something you're attracting, it's something you're manifesting and creating by putting out the energy of abundance. And then that will bring more abundance into your life, because the external is a direct reflection of our internal state. So if we are in the state of abundance, and it may just be abundant birds and abundant flowers and abundant trees, abundant clouds in the sky, abundant rain when it rains, yes, abundant food in the refrigerator, yes, it does not have to be about money. But once we align with the energy of abundance, it will then reflect back to us and create more abundance in our life. And yes, that can be more money if you so wish. But you have to be in the frequency of abundance. If you are in a frequency of lack, yes, if you feel there's not enough, then you're creating more lack. Because then the external will reflect your inside state, which is lack mentality. Yes, not enough. And then you will reflect, the external will reflect back to you, not enough, and will reflect lack. And you will see lack wherever you look at your external world. You will see lack. Yes? So the key is not to align with money frequency like some people say. The key is to recognize and realize the abundance that we actually have and be truly grateful for that, and that will then create more abundance in our life, in our physical reality. Because again, whatever we're putting out there, whatever we're putting our focus on, and whatever we're putting out there as energy will reflect back to us. So are you putting out energies of lack? You will get back lack. Or are you putting energies out of there that are energies of abundance? Then abundance will reflect back to you, and you will start seeing more abundance in your life. And from there you can consciously create. Yes, being aware of where you're putting your thoughts and your energy, and what kind of energy you're putting out there. Again, it ties back to conscious manifestation, and it ties back to gratitude. Yes, all that can be recognized and realized when we look with our, what some people call inner knowing, inner guidance. I call it's our heart connection to all that is, because that's our true essence. Yes, it connects through the heart. And once we connect with the heart and bypass the mind and the stories the mind tells us of, oh, there's not enough and we don't have enough and blah, 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 then we can start seeing the abundance that there truly is. Yeah, look at nature, how abundantly abundant nature is. Yes, so it does not have to be the money frequency like so many people talk about. No, there is abundance everywhere. You just need the ability to see it and align with that. so you can put that energy out there and it will then reflect back to you. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Limiting beliefs, because that's what it boils down to when we cannot see abundance in our lives, is the beliefs, the stories, the memories that we hold about how we view abundance or what abundance means, and or rather the lack mentality that comes with what the mind projects. It's a lack mentality. The mind usually goes by, there is not enough and we need more, and it's lack. And once we create that lack within, then we create it out there too. Yes, so it all ties to the mind. What the mind creates, what we focus on, is what we bring into our immediate, our external world. Our reality is what we are creating. So if we're focusing on lack, we're creating lack. Yes, so let's say, for instance, the limiting belief of unworthiness, when people feel they're not worthy to have this or that or whatever. Yes, so we're gonna process and clear it through the breath, through the physical body. Okay, because this is a physical reality. So we clear it through the body. I like to clear it through the body so that it really processes and it's gone. Otherwise it'll stick somewhere, and then we have all these things going on in the mind. Okay, so you can breathe with me. I'll breathe in, then I'll ding the bells, and then I breathe out. Okay, and we'll do this a couple of times until I feel that it's, and you may have to go back and watch this video more than once. Yes, and I cannot tell you how many times you will be having to watch the video, or will be wanting to watch the video. If you're connected to your body and in tune with your body will tell you. Yes, and you may watch it once, and then you may come back in 2 weeks and watch it again, or you may watch it once several times a day, or several days in a row, or whatever works for you. Only you know what works for you. Yes, so I'm not giving any advice on how many times to watch this, and how often to watch this, and how long to watch this. No. Yes, that is your own connection to your own physical, because every physical body is different, and every physical body has different needs, different thoughts, different memories, different limiting beliefs, different emotions. Yes, that's what makes this physical reality interesting, because if we were all the same, that would be rather boring. Yes, so every physical body is different, and every physical body has different needs. Yes. Yeah, I feel energies of unworthiness and really energies of lack mentality, that there's not enough. It's just not enough. That comes through very clearly. And unworthiness, that undeserving. I'm not worthy of it. I don't deserve it. I have to work hard before I deserve something. That's a limiting belief too. Yes, we are very deserving. Yes. So it's a matter of how do you want to create. If you want to create your reality that you have to work hard non-stop in order to feel worthy, that is your creation. You know, go for it. But in general, we are worthy, and we are whole and complete, and we really don't need anything from the external. Yes, once you hit that realization, then you will see the abundance in your life. Okay, so to conclude this, and to I will really trying to keep this less than an hour video, because my last videos have been rather long, and I feel the information is easier digested, if you so want, through the heart and through the mind, because the mind is still a useful tool and is part of this physical reality, this physical body. So I try to keep, I will try to keep my videos less than an hour, to make it more easy to digest. But to sum it all up, in order to create the abundance in life that you may wish to see, we have to clear some limiting beliefs. Oh, we don't have to, but it definitely helps. And again, we manifest whatever we focus on. And there is an old, I believe it was a Chinese saying that goes something like, if you don't appreciate what you have, you don't deserve more. So it really comes down to the gratitude, the acceptance, the unconditional acceptance and gratitude for all that is and for what you have. Yes? And that will then bring out energies of gratitude. Yes? And will bring more abundance into your life. Whereas if you constantly complain of not having enough, what the so-called lack mentality, if your focus is on lack, you will create more lack, because that's what's reflecting back to you from the external. The external world, what we perceive as the world or the reality, whatever you want to label it, is a reflection of our internal state. So that's why every physical body, mind, every physical being perceives the external differently. Yes? Because every physical body creates differently. Again, every physical body has a different makeup, different DNA, different memories, different mind, different emotions. So every physical body creates differently. That's what makes this reality interesting. Again, if we were all the same, we would all create the same, everything would be the same, there would be no diversity. That would be rather boring. Yes, that would be just a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. Yeah. So, but the foundation for bringing abundance into your life is really focusing, and I think that's a good word. Your focus has to be on abundance, not on lack. Yes, if you want to see more abundance in your life. And again, it's the gratitude for all that is. Yes, the awareness of how abundant you are and that you truly are whole and complete. And nothing from the external can make you more whole and complete. There's only one whole and complete. Yes, there is no 130% whole and complete. It's not. That's a concept of the mind. Okay, there is 100% whole and complete. And everything else may be just a nice addition, the cherry on top of the icing. But there's one whole and complete, and you are all that. Yes? And once you recognize and realize this through the heart, you will be able and have the capability to see abundance everywhere. Yes? Small things, little things. Yes? Abundance. Abundance of little flowers in my grass. Abundance of leaves on the trees. Abundance of insects. Abundance of clouds in the sky. Abundance of stars at night. Yes? Is where your focus is what you create. And again, if you focus on lack, you will be creating and manifesting more lack in your reality. Whereas if you focus on abundance, and I'm, again, not saying focus on money. The key point here is abundance, not more money. More money can be manifested when you are in the energy of abundance. Then you can have conscious awareness of what you are creating. Then you can manifest and create more money in your life, as if you would wish to see that as abundance. Yes, or you can create more trees in your life if you wish to see that, or more birds. Whatever abundance you wish to see. But it takes the conscious awareness and conscious manifestation. Yes? Because again, if you're running off your mind, you're likely to create more lack. Because that's what the mind sees often out there. Not everybody, but a lot of physical bodies' minds see lack. instead of abundance, because again, they're just focused on the monetary abundance. Yes, but you can, even if you have no penny, you can align with abundance, not by pretending to have more money. That may or may not work for some people, but you align with the abundance that there is, the abundance within and the abundance without. Yes, and once you align with abundance in your life, and if it's just the flowers in the grass or the leaves on the trees that are apparently abundant, yes, it will help you to start seeing abundance in your life. Yes, small things like trees on the leaves on the tree, flowers in the grass, insects on the flowers, can help you to start seeing the abundance and to be grateful for that, even if it may seem small. Yes, nature is just like us. We are nature. Nature is us, inherently abundant. So if you start with nature and see all the abundance and diversity nature has to offer, that is a great start. Yes, to bring that energy, that frequency of abundance. And it's not coming from somewhere out there, it's coming from within. Yes, and once you have that within you and you put energies of abundance out there versus energies of lack. Yes, once you put energies of abundance out there through the heart, then that will reflect back to you, and then you will start seeing more abundance in your life. Yes, and that can be monetary, that can be more abundance in food. Yes, that could be a bigger house if you so wish. That's abundance if you go from a smaller house to a bigger house. But for that, you also have to appreciate what you have and take care of what you have. Yes, if you cannot take care of the small house you have, then there is no point in having a bigger house, because you will be even less likely to take care of that. I hope that makes sense. Yes, so if we don't appreciate what we have, we're not getting more. We're staying in the lack that the mind perceives. Yes, I hope that makes sense, and I hope this is explained to the point where it can be beneficial as far as manifestation goes. Again, I have a video about conscious manifestation. I have a video about self-acceptance and self-love. I have a video about self-denial, which also ties to self-acceptance and self-love, because if you don't accept and love yourself, you don't accept and love the external. That means you're not grateful for what you have. Again, that creates lack instead of creating abundance. Okay, so it all ties together. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, and I will try to answer that as best as I can to make it whatever is needed in more explanations. But I hope this already helps and clears up a few things. And again, it comes down to how we, through this physical body, perceive things. Yes, how we perceive things and what our perspective is, and that then creates our perceivedly physical reality. Okay, I would like to thank you for being here today, for being present. I am very grateful for the abundance of energies I can feel in my videos, and I am very grateful for your presence. I see you, I appreciate you, I honor you. I wish you much abundance and much happiness in whatever your ventures are in life. So much love and blessings.